Hello, welcome to the very first episode of Geeks and Weebs. I'm Cody Cyberpunk, and today I've got with me...
Hey, I'm Esper. You can also call me Tristan.
I'm Shaggy, and you can also call me Trevor.
And on this podcast, we're going to talk about whatever nerdy things we want to at any given time. Hopefully it's going to be both informative and absolutely hilarious for you guys. But what a treat. Welcome to our first episode. Does anybody have anything they want to contribute with just right out the gate?
Yeah, I'd like to go ahead and start off that I'm really upset that we didn't get like a platter here, like, you know, the smorgasbord.
Like we did for D&D the other day?
Yeah, I'm a little upset, because, you know, this is a big thing, and D&D happens all the time, but, you know, hey, I can see that you're hurting, so it's okay to be cheap.
So,
okay, hurting emotionally is not the reason I don't have a smorgasbord out here.
So I had an actual topic.
By all means, take it away, Esper.
So, today, Modern Horizons, I think is the set called, for Magic, just released their final mythic that they're going to be putting in the set. And it's the first time a certain villain, Yawgmoth, has gotten a card.
So I think Yawgmoth is a character from the lore then, like...
Yes.
You have to read the Magic books to know who he is.
Yeah, it's from like the Urza sagas and whatnot, like before they did the whole mending everything.
I have no idea what Yawgmoth looks like, but just from mental image alone, I imagine like the Star Wars Yeti that fucks up Luke Skywalker.
He looks about like that.
Oh, he looks like a vampire.
Yeah, kind of.
Yawgmoth does not do his... I expected more woolliness.
See,
so
you say Yawgmoth, and I was thinking a blend between Jabba the Hutt and, like, maybe Chewie.
So, here's why I think this is interesting, though. First of all, for 2 normal mana and then 2 black mana, you get a legendary human cleric. But he has protection from humans.
Wait, a human with protection from humans?
Yeah, which is interesting. And then he's also got some pretty absurd abilities. So you can pay a life and sacrifice another creature. So you've got essentially a free sacrifice outlet. And you can put a -1/-1 counter up to 1 target creature and draw a card. So Reanimator decks not only get value for sacrificing their creatures, they get a free sack outlet. On top of that, you can pay 2 black, discard a card, you know, for reanimation, and proliferate. Which means Atraxa is going to get even stronger.
Think if you put him in a life gain build, you know, every time a creature comes out on the field, gain a life, you basically just free tokens over and over and over.
So, here's where, from a commander standpoint, because that's I want to say Modern is my main format, but at this point it's Commander.
Because that's what we always play when fucking D&D isn't happening.
Yeah, so from a commander standpoint, Marin of Clan Nel Toth, one of the best green-black Reanimator decks, just got a really good new
I had that card in my deck. Oh no, I had that card in my deck until you gave me some new cards, and I felt like Marin had to get the boot. I feel like this would counter my deck really well. It is entirely based around generating tokens. You can also generate tokens to fuck with my tokens.
Yeah. So, for those of you at home, Cody here likes to run another green-black deck. It's Nath of the Guiltleaf, which, for those of you unfamiliar with it, basically he discards a random card from an opponent each upkeep, and then creates a little 1/1 elf dude to either chump or do what he plays
and
with.
the entire deck is built around making people discard, so it's not just my commander doing it. You will have cards that will make people discard their entire hand. If someone's got 7 cards in their hand, and I make them discard it, boom, 7 new elves on the field for me, which, honestly, is not that great of a deck, because I get my butt fucked pretty much every time we all play, but it's fun. I play Magic like I play basketball. To put that in perspective, I'm a short white kid.
Yeah, so the answer to that is not very well.
Well, speaking of which, I also wanted to bring up...
Speaking of short white kids,
I'm probably the tallest one here, actually. Thank
you.
you.
Yes, you are.
So, I actually got myself a new deck, and I actually found one of my older EDH decks that I totally forgot existed, and it's not doing horrible. I just need to make some tweaks to it, and I can't wait to bring it over tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, trust me, with the city we live in, there's tweaks all around it. Oh, that's not what you meant.
Oh, that's really cheesy, and everybody could hear that inflection in your voice.
Yeah. So anyway, do you want me to tell them what the deck is, Trev, or do you want to make it a surprise for this one here?
I'm so shitty, even if it's not a surprise, he'll beat me. Like,
that's probably true.
I feel like, what do you work tomorrow?
Yes.
Damn it, that sucks.
I'll still be over for D&D afterwards.
Yeah, that's true, but I was going to have him run with me over to Metagame so we could pick up some cards and have him help me out.
Worst case scenario, I can send you a list of what you need.
Okay, sounds good.
So yeah, I mean, that's what I wanted to talk about. I thought Yawgmoth was really cool. They just released...
When's he drop?
I believe Modern Horizons is June 6th. Let me fact check that real quick.
Yes, because what kind of news outlet for nerds would we be if there was no fact checking? For example, did you know that Shakira is going to be in the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie? Don't fact check me.
Yeah, June 14th, by the way. Ignoring him. So yeah, he drops June 14th, which means that's when he'll be modern legal. But Urza was also given a card, which I haven't read too much on, but just the fact that he finally has a card is pretty neat, because people have been asking for that for a while, but it's not a Planeswalker.
Is he normally a Planeswalker?
Yes, he is a Planeswalker, but...
So they're giving a Planeswalker in lore a card that is not a Planeswalker.
Yeah, they're giving him a legendary creature card, but that's what they used to do in the old days before they had Planeswalker cards. I said the old days like it was forever ago, but it was only... 16 years ago? Okay, it was a hot second ago.
Like it blows my mind how far Bat Magic goes, though, because my dad's been playing it as long as I can remember. It came out the year I was born. Fucking 1994, Magic came out. Like, it blows my mind to know that this is Magic's 25th anniversary.
Yeah, I'm not even 25 yet. And I've been playing Magic since Dark Ascension, so... Shoot, that was a hot second ago.
It would have came out in 93 if it's 25 years old, because I'm born in 92 and 26.
No, it's 94 to 2019 is 25 years, bro. That's math.
Oh, yeah.
Make America think harder. Math.
I guess. Sorry, totally forgot I was turning 27 this year.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us. We all fucking... Once you once you get past 22...
Once you go past...
Your Asian, do not collect $200. In fact, you're living in America. You're probably broke and don't know what $200 looks like.
God, I wish I could have $200 right now.
Right? I think I've got a $1 bill in my wallet until I get paid Thursday.
I've got to get a new tire.
I've got to get a new fan belt for my car. But that's not nerdy. I don't even know it's a fan belt. I don't even know if a fan belt's a thing. I just know that I need to get some sort of new belt for my car.
Okay, so because now I'm really curious, I'm going to look up what day Magic actually released with its first set.
You're probably needing a Serpentine belt, by the way.
Okay, so limited edition alpha.
Serpentine?
So limited edition alpha released August 5th, 1993.
Oh, wow.
Fucking called it!
It's 26th anniversary.
Suck my dick, Cyberpunk.
Yeah, so August 5th, 1993, because I'm bad at math.
I appreciate it.
August 6th, 1993, that would mean August 6th of this year.
Yeah, no, August 6th would be the
26th
26th. Yeah, they are currently celebrating 25th anniversary with like War of the Spark, Masters 25, all that good stuff that's already passed, but...
Which, it's amazing that... I don't know if it's part of their 25th anniversary edition or not, but because... I assume it's for the 25th anniversary is why they're doing the War of the Spark Dungeons & Dragons crossover, which is so fucking phenomenal.
Oh, it's actually not War of the Spark, it's just Ravnica in general.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I recently bought the book to run on one of my campaigns, and it does some pretty decent world building from what I've been able to tell. I haven't been able to dive too deep into it yet.
The character creation is really interesting.
Yeah, it adds a few races like Vidalkin and Centaur finally gets a race, which is weird.
Was Centaur never a race in D&D?
Well, I mean, it was a race, but you were never able to play as one officially. And they just officially made Centaur a race. They also made, like, Merfolk, I believe. They reprinted it from the Zendikar thing that they had pushed out on the internet a while ago, but they put it in official publication with this, I believe.
That is one thing that I want to do more of. I want to run entirely homebrew campaigns. Like, I had this idea for a race, a Goron race from The Legend of Zelda, and I want to spend the night with people, just coming up with new races and new. Like, I want to do like a Keyblade Master as a class, Goron as a race. Like, I don't know, what are some ideas you guys have for races?
I mean, if you're gonna do that, you might as well start building fucking DBZ adventures and fucking Saiyans and no one would ever pick a fucking Namekian.
So,
and shit.
You know, why wouldn't you pick a Namekian regeneration?
Because you can always just pick a Saiyan and be super fucking power. Saiyans are like the fucking berserkers of D&D.
Yeah, so here's what I really want to do for like for homebrew, and I don't know why they haven't officially sanctioned it because it is rich for the taking here. Game of Thrones D&D. Game of Thrones is one of those like.
What kind of good stats would you have as a fucking midget though?
High intelligence.
Oh, fair.
That's Tyrion's whole thing. High intelligence to make
Great
up for all this.
constitution. That guy's
I was
Yeah, takes a battle axe to the face at one point, and just all he gets is a little scar. Or at least in the show. In the books, he's apparently butt ass and ugly, but
really,
yeah, he's really hideous.
Here's the dealio. I used to work at this place. I worked with a girl who was talking about how midgets are unattractive. Like, that was just an opinion she had. So I pulled up a picture of just Peter Dinklage's headshot so that she couldn't tell he was a midget. And I was like, by the way, what do you think of this guy? And she's like, oh my god, he's fucking good looking. He's got this rugged thing I like. I'm like, then I pulled up a full body picture. I was like, yeah, that's a midget. She's like, what the fuck? My reality has been shattered. Mom, wipe me! Like...
Did you say mom white me?
Did you just say midget repeatedly? They're dwarves?
Small people.
Okay, they're not small people. They matter just as much as everybody else.
You think they'd be offended if we called them hobbits?
Yeah, probably.
That's a totally different race, dude.
Halflings?
Alright, we're going to change the subject here.
We're talking about fictional races.
Because at this point, we are getting way too offensive.
We're going down the hobbit hole. Sorry.
So anyway, Trev, do you have another topic that we can talk about to transition away from that shit show that was about to happen?
How about we go ahead and talk about some of the great movies that just come out and some of the ones that are actually being remade and reworked.
2019 is the best year for cinema, and I don't know how fucking long.
So let's go ahead and, elephant in the room, or elephant in the room, let's talk about Detective Pikachu.
Whoa. Elephant in the room, we're not going to talk about the flop that was Dumbo. You totally missed an opportunity.
I was not going to fucking talk about Dumbo because
it's
okay.
I refuse to watch that fucking movie.
Speaking of flops, didn't Hellboy the reboot just do absolutely horrid?
Oh, I'm so glad it did.
As far as the stat, yeah, it did horrid. But I watched the movie, and it was not actually all that fucking bad.
I didn't even know they were doing a reboot, and that should be something on my fucking radar.
It was funny. The thing is like they do with a lot of movies nowadays, is that they put too much fucking... did not focus on one thing at a time.
I also heard the CGI was not modern day par CGI. I don't know if that's true because I haven't seen it, but that's the consensus I've heard from my friends.
I mean, as long as it's not like 2003 CGI, I think it should be fine.
Okay, I'll put it this way. I heard the original Hellboys hold up better than this new one.
Wow.
To be fair, the original Hellboys I think are fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, all that puppet work just kind of... it's like going back and watching the original Star Wars.
You say that like that's a bad thing.
It's not horrible, but I'm just saying you can tell they're definitely puppets.
So
when I go in to watch, superhero movies or dark movies, I like to think things that are super realistic. I don't want to be like, oh, that horrible, ugly-ass puppet is kind of sort of cute. I don't fucking like that. It's like going back and watching The Dark Crystal and being afraid of those fucking bird monsters.
Confession,
that is a
I've
legitimate
never seen
fear.
The Dark Crystal.
You've never seen The Dark Crystal?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Everyone says
Actually, dude, it's getting a...
prequel on Netflix.
Yeah,
yes.
It's not a prequel, it's a whole fucking show.
Well,
Yeah,
but it's a prequel series. It takes place before the events of The Dark Crystal. From what I read, again, I've never seen it.
So basically what happened is, with The Dark Crystal, they shoved a lot of information, just like they do in movies now, too much, and they couldn't get a lot of the information out. This is a whole fucking universe, and this had stories beyond stories beyond stories, but they just couldn't make enough time.
Yeah, like, they literally drop you...
Crystal Jim Henson?
What?
Wasn't the Dark Crystal Jim Henson?
He did a lot of work on it, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the thing about Dark Crystal is exactly what Trev or Shaggy was saying. They just kind of drop you in the middle of this story without any context of what happens before it. And that's the only really...
movie.
Yeah, but like Quentin Tarantino makes it work. Dark Crystal, like, while it is a very fantastic movie on its own, it does have a lot of room for what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, hold on, why does this make sense?
So does Labyrinth, or pretty much any other puppet movie from the 80s.
Yeah. Labyrinth actually...
Labyrinth is incredible.
But they did the same thing Tolkien did with his universe when he started writing The Hobbit, where he had written basically this entire, like, mythos beforehand, and then just dropped you in, like, and some Lord of the Rings fan is probably going to kill me because I'm going to say The Hobbit is the first book that he wrote. I could be totally, absolutely,
even
horribly
if it's not
wrong.
the first book I'm pretty sure it is the first book he published. I could be wrong. It's actually my favorite book of all of them. I could not get through the Silmarillion. It read like a fucking encyclopedia. I tried. I really did. Ninth grade was not good to me. But
Ninth grade was never good to anyone.
You've never read 1984, have you?
No, I'm not.
Oh my god, yeah. So if you want to talk about reading a fucking encyclopedia, I just finished reading 1984 recently for like the third time.
Is that one of your reading sessions where you read to your girlfriend?
Yes, exactly. Well, she'd never read it either. And there's literally a one point in like the second part of the book where they basically read you like their version of the Communist Manifesto for like 30 or 40 pages.
Did John Lennon help write 1984?
No, so the entire thing was like an allegory for like how communism is bad and how not, because it was written during World War II. Like it was basically like, hey, fuck you, Hitler, the book. But like
Mein Kampf, how about fuck you, Hitler?
yeah,
I
exactly.
feel really connected to this book now. I'm ashamed that I haven't fucking read it.
Yeah, well, so the thing about Orwell, he's like an actual. He's very good at what he does. He's a very great writer, and he does a really good job at throwing the world building in there and making it seem natural. But that was the one part that really jarred me. Was literally the main character is handed this book, and it is this book that is supposed to be like the manifesto of the enemy of the party, and I'm using finger quotes for the party there. Because the party is the bad guy. It is, Big Brother. Everybody it's the surveillance state that they live in.
I feel like this could hold up in modern day times.
You'd be surprised how accurate he got a lot of those things written since he wrote it in the 40s, and a lot of the things that he wrote are things that have really come to fruition since then.
So he Star Trek the bitch.
Yeah, basically.
I don't even like Star Trek, but I gotta give it credit for fucking.
Or like The Simpsons.
So for people who don't know, when you say Star Trek or Simpsons, in your case, what are you talking about? Where they just tell the future and
and Star Trek, it was a bit it was science fiction to have cell phones and tablets and video screens where you talk to people, and that is everyday life for us now.
Yeah,
but that was hardcore science fiction 50 years ago.
Yeah, so he kind of does that with his surveillance state, but the character's been handed this black book that is literally like the manifesto of the enemy of the state, and he starts reading it, and you literally just read the entire fucking book within the book. And
bookception.
Yeah, it is some like. I love Orwell, and I will defend this book to the day I die, but it is some of the most dry-ass reading I've ever experienced. Like, it does fantastic world building. You understand exactly what the geopolitical landscape is of this world, but you are going to wish by the end of it that it is done, and you are back to the plot.
So back to movies. Did 1984 ever get a film?
Yes, it did. John Hurt starred in it.
That name sounds familiar.
He was the War Doctor in Doctor Who. He was...
Oh, fucking love that War Doctor.
Yeah, he also did something else, I think. I need to double check it, but that's what I know him
While
as.
you double check it, what films that have come out so far in 2019 that have been a big deal has everyone seen?
Detective Pikachu, obviously.
Oh,
Okay, so this is not for the generation of kids that are coming out now that are being introduced to Pokemon or have only loved it for like the last 5 years where you're seeing...
I feel like you're sliding my daughter, but go on.
I'm sliding your daughter a little bit. It is not for her. It is definitely by all
I took her to see it though, and she loved it.
I know, I'm glad she did, but...
She cried. My 5-year-old cried in Detective Pikachu. That's how empathetic this little child is. I also cried in Detective Pikachu. I'm a bitch.
Which is kind of weird because your daughter is savage as fuck, 24/7.
Oh, straight up.
But she's also a tough little soldier too. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, she just fell off your couch like 5 minutes ago. Hopped back up. She was like, "Ow, my head hurts," and then she's fine like 2 minutes later.
So I know where we know John Hurt from.
Where's that?
He was in Hellboy. Not the new ones, the 2004
Oh
ones.
yeah, he was the father.
Yeah, he was Trevor.
Oh, that's John Hurt?
Yeah, that's John Hurt.
Well, no, Abe Sapien is my favorite character. But after Abe Sapien, Hellboy's quote-unquote father was my favorite character.
Yeah, he's also in the Harry Potter movies as one of the professors. I can't quite see which one on IMDb yet because mobile sucks. But
I'm gonna guess Flitwick.
Ollivander. My bad. He was Ollivander.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's John Hurt. Really?
Yeah, that's John Hurt. What else was he in? A bunch of other things I haven't seen. I know he was in Snowpiercer, but I can't remember who he played.
I haven't seen Snowpiercer, but I hear it's an incredible movie.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. That's really... And I'm sure I'm going to say that's the only thing he's really known for, and somebody's going to be like, "Oh, Lost Souls is my favorite movie of all time. He played Father fucking French." I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because somebody's going to ruin my life.
Another movie that was fantastic in 2019 that me and Esper went and saw together, we saw Dragon Ball Super Broly.
So for any Super Saiyan fans...
Pun intended.
You guys got me. So anyways, for anybody who just loves Super Saiyan, who was actually back when Broly was released, this is such a well-done remade version of Broly.
Yeah, he gives Broly a character.
Yeah, he really did.
He's not just a wall.
Give him a stanky-ass pelt, and that's enough character for him.
Yeah.
It's still better than fucking Kakarot.
It's just so...
You mean Vegeta's entire character arc?
He makes Vegeta look like he has... Well, I can't say that Vegeta's got a great character arc. But anyway,
Vegeta is just fucking remade Piccolo. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's fair. Akira Toriyama's favorite trope is the villain that becomes the good guy. He's admitted that himself.
Oh, so it's Steven Universe.
I feel like there was another movie in between Detective Pikachu and Broly that was really fucking good.
Apparently How to Train Your Dragon 3 was fantastic, and I've been meaning to see it because I
saying,
You were going apeshit over that movie. You haven't seen it
I
yet?
never got a chance to go to the fucking movies.
We should go next week.
Is it still in theaters?
Maybe?
Possibly.
Not. I'm sure it'll be out on DVD soon, in which case it'll give me an excuse to buy the first two on Blu-ray.
Oh, if we do that, we should have a showing in the fucking theater room over here.
Yes.
That would be amazing. Man, me and Snorlax went and saw a movie before. Like, today we went and saw Brightburn. Holy shit, Brightburn was fucking awesome.
Rated R Dark Superman.
I expected it to be good. I did not expect to like it near as much as I did. I'm not going to give away the twist ending or anything like that, but let me tell you, it did not end like I thought it would. It gave me wood. But no, fucking, Endgame. Everyone's seen Endgame. How did I not fucking... Well, you haven't yet. You haven't even seen Infinity War.
Yeah, I'm really behind on the Marvel movies right now. Last one I saw was Spider-Man: Homecoming, but I even skipped. I skipped every Ant-Man movie so far, and I don't know why.
Dude, Ant-Man is the best.
One of my
solo,
favorite.
I think it's the best made solo film.
And then
so
I
far.
think Doctor Strange came out before Spider-Man did.
Yes, it
And
is.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's really, really good. If you're a Doctor Strange fan,
I thought you didn't like it because you're such a big Doctor Strange fan.
I am a huge Doctor Strange fan, and I do like the movie. I just did not like the pick for the Chosen, or the
ancient one. See, I love Tilda Swinton as an actress.
I'm sure she's fine, but she's not what I wanted for the ancient one.
And that's fair. I can't...
Hey, you know what just came out too?
What's that?
Tolkien.
What?
There's a new biography about J.R.R. Tolkien.
I haven't seen
it. It came out May 3rd.
Huh. No, I've not heard about that at all. Now,
it got overshadowed by Detective Pikachu by a lot.
I was like, a biopic that's coming out in a couple days that I can't wait to go see is fucking Rocket Man. The basically Bohemian Rhapsody, but Elton John instead of Queen.
Yes. I actually did go and see Bohemian Rhapsody in theaters.
I haven't seen it because I'm not a Queen fan.
It's actually surprisingly really good, but that might just be me fanboying over Rami Malek.
Oh, dude, yeah, Rami Malek is, or Malek.
He's gonna be the new Bond villain too.
No way.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
have you ever played the video game Until Dawn?
No, but I've heard he's in it.
He's amazing. That was how I got introduced to Rami Malek, and
I got introduced to Rami Malek in
that one TV show that you're trying to get me to
watch.
No,
Night in the Museum.
I forgot he was in that.
He plays King Tide.
So, I'm sorry, say that one more time because I could barely understand.
Yeah, so Rami Malek is in all 3 Night of the Museums as...
Wait, there's 3?
Yes. He's in every single one of them as King Tut.
Shit.
I didn't know there was a 3rd Night at the Museum.
And unfortunately for him, no one took him seriously until he was in Mr. Robot, which, by the way, fantastic show if neither of you have seen it. I highly recommend it.
That's the show I thought you were going to tell me about.
Yeah. Oh shit, Toy Story 4's coming out this year too.
Yeah, Toy Story 4, motherfucking Godzilla King of Monsters. Oh,
are we still going to see that together?
The new Tarantino movie in August.
When they plan to go see a fucking movie together, you go see it with Paul.
Well, I was going to say, come with me and Paul.
I can't do it on a Monday. I work.
Oh yeah.
Here's one that's going to be polarizing to a lot of people. Joker.
I'm actually excited about
it. I am too. I think this is going to be a fantastic fucking movie.
This guy was the original pick for the Joker, and then he turned it down for another role.
Really?
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix was an original pick for Joker?
Yeah, Heath Ledger got it only because he gave up.
Oh, well, when you said original pick, I thought you meant Tim Burton. Like they offered it to him when Jack Nicholson got the role. Because Joaquin Phoenix was a famous.
I was thinking for Suicide Squad.
No.
Wow, that's original to you?
No, I was just thinking the most recent version of the Joker.
Let's not call that the Joker. Let's call that a meth-addicted clown.
Let's just call it the joke.
Yeah.
That was good.
Oh, and another big one coming out the day before my birthday. Zombieland 2.
Dude.
Okay.
So I binge watched this thing. I lived in the Republic alone.
How do you binge watch a single film?
You watch it repeatedly.
Yes,
I did that with the first How to Train Your Dragon. I watched it 7 times in a row on a very long flight.
Destiny when I was in the hospital.
Yeah. So no, seriously, I watched this thing religiously, like twice a day when I was living in Republic for at least a good 3-month span. And the reason why is because I was too. I thought I was too broke to get internet, so I could get Netflix and stuff like that. But I was ending up spending $90 a fucking 2-week period to get movies from Walmart. So I'd go out and buy like three $30 movies every fucking 2 weeks.
So here's one that I know you guys are gonna be really excited
Before
for.
you go into that, because Zombieland 2, while I'm super stoked for it, there's another zombie movie I'm actually more excited for, and that's The Dead Don't Die.
I haven't heard of that one.
That's, that's the one with the Star Wars guy.
It's Adam Driver who plays the Kylo Ren and Bill Murray. They are cops.
What?
Bill Murray and
That's
the fucking Sith
wild.
Lord are cops in a fucking small town where zombies come back to life. But it's an action comedy like Zombieland. Like, zombies, they're trying to eat people, but they gravitate towards things they did in life. So, like, if they were digging ditches at their job, they're digging ditches while trying to eat people's brains, or they're drinking vodka while trying to eat people's brains. And
fucking beating their zombie son while they're trying to eat people's brains.
The delivery of all the lines in the trailers is so dry. It's a very dry humor. Which for zombies makes sense because I imagine
like Edgar Wright dry or Oh God, yes. So I'm expecting kind of something along the lines of Shaun of the Dead.
It's 100% what I'm expecting.
Like Shaun of the Dead meets Hot Fuzz.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's a.
You've got me sold.
While I'm excited for Zombieland 2, that's a more in-your-face comedy as opposed to the dry wit of what seems like The Dead Don't Die is going to be.
So here's one that I know you two will be really excited for. Arnold Schwarzenegger's doing a new movie.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Wait,
Isn't
what?
he going back
Terminator Dark Fate.
Okay, so you were talking about the Terminator one.
Linda Hamilton coming back as Sarah Connor.
I'm stoked for Linda Hamilton coming back.
And Tim Miller, the guy who directed the Deadpool movies, he's directing this one, and James Cameron is producing it.
Oh, this is gonna be
as long as James Cameron is involved, I think it'll be.
They dropped a trailer like this week, and it's coming out October 31st.
So who's playing John Connors?
I don't think John Connors is in it. It's about John Connor's mom and some other chicks. And
I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen the trailer yet, but I know
man, you can't have a fucking Terminator movie without John Connor.
To be fair, the majority of the Terminator movies haven't had John Connor. I think there's 7 Terminator movies, and he's only been in 3 of them.
Are there 7? Jesus, fuck.
John Connor isn't in the first one because he's not born yet. He's in the second. He's in the third.
No. He's in the first one. He's just not a fucking main character. He's a side character. Because remember, like, you have to go back. You have to stop them. Like, he sends that soldier back.
That's true. Okay, adult John Connor, that's fair. I was thinking in the main timeline the movie takes
the
place
whole fucking series is literally about John Connor and keeping this fucker alive.
That's fair. I forgot John Connor was an adult in the first one. Like, 'cause when I think of John Connor, I think of him as a kid. Now, didn't Christian Bale play John Connor in that shitty fucking Terminator Salvation movie?
I think so. I haven't seen that one.
I've only
seen the first 2 Terminator
movies.
movies.
Yeah, as adult John Connor, like, because he finds out that he's like some kind of cyborg or some shit, and he turns evil.
Also, if you've only seen the first 2, that's fine because the second one is cinema gold. I love the Terminator.
No, 100%. Terminator 2 is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
It's a rare case of a sequel being 100% better than the original.
Like The Godfather?
I've never seen The Godfather.
Oh, yeah. The Godfather is one of those really rare cases where the first movie is the worst one, and the third one's the best.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, if we're talking about sequels better than the original, you can't fucking forget Aliens. Aliens is way better than Aliens.
So, speaking of sequels that will hopefully be better than the last one, my movie of the year that I'm really excited about, Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, I'm so stoked for Rise of Skywalker.
I've been so disappointed in the last few movies.
Really? I loved The Force Awakens. I think that is my second favorite behind Episode 6.
I don't know.
So Episode 6 is also my favorite. Return of the Jedi is my favorite. I think it's better than Empire. Fight me, fucking internet. But then after that, my favorite is Rogue One.
That is
so.
Rogue One is a solid choice.
Now, I love The Force Awakens. I did not like Last Jedi, but I do like The Force Awakens. And Last Jedi, I feel like everyone has this hate boner for it that's unjustified. I don't think it deserves all the hate it gets. I think it really only
I think it was really just a movie meant to set up the whole scheme of it, and that's why people took it so bad. Because it was there to set a fucking
You liked Last Jedi, didn't you, Esper?
Well, I did. I am waiting to pass any kind of judgment on it until Episode 9 is out. Because a lot of the criticism I've seen for The Last Jedi is One that I fully understand is this first one I'm about to make. The fucking Fuel Matters plotline that suddenly appeared.
Yeah, they've never talked about fuel in any fucking...
Yeah, CinemaSins really drove that home.
Bitching about stuff that people were bitching about a year and a half ago. But fuck it, it's worth bitching about. Yeah, no, my biggest complaint, well, one of my biggest complaints, that whole side quest of the gambling planet that ultimately meant nothing. It added 40 minutes to the runtime that didn't need to fucking be
And see, that right there is the biggest complaint I've ever heard about it besides the fuel thing. And that's the reason I'm holding off. We don't know if it's going to make sense in the next movie or not. It could be. It could be
fair.
setting up something entirely different because there was, I believe, a mid or post-credit sequence
Of the little boy with the force.
with the force pulling the broom to it, and that's on that gambling planet, and it set up some. It set up the possibility for a much larger
I'll put
storyline.
it this way: making it a 40-minute excursion was unnecessary. Because if they do something like
absolutely.
that'll be fine. But the fact that it added 40 minutes of runtime to what was already the longest Star Wars movie they had made to date, I could not get behind that. If they had made it a shorter scene, then by all means, I can...
Yeah, I do fully plan on, before Episode 9, before I go see it in theaters, I'm definitely going to watch 7 and 8 again. Just to kind of, especially 8, because I definitely feel like 8 is there as a setup for Episode 9. I think it's...
See, there is inherently a problem. Empire Strikes Back was not a setup for Return of the Jedi.
So,
they can each be watched independently.
Let's go ahead and brainstorm on this one though. Well, what do you think? Awakening of the Sky. What was it called?
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of the Skywalker. What do you think it's going to bring in?
I'm going to steal Kevin Smith's theory in that Rise of Skywalker means instead of Church of the Jedi, Rey is going to establish a new religion to take the Jedi place, and it's going to be the religion of Skywalker.
See, I thought
that's Kevin Smith's theory. I just think it's brilliant.
I thought Rey was just going to reestablish the Jedi Order as a whole.
Do you think Rey's a Skywalker?
No, she's Obi-Wan's granddaughter.
I don't know where I stand on that one. I think I actually do believe in Snoke saying that she is a nobody. I think she could just be her own...
Was it Snoke that said that, or was it Kylo Ren that said that?
I believe it was Snoke. I believe Snoke was force reading, well, like...
When you're saying Snoke, I keep hearing Snook, which happens to be one of my buddies.
Yeah, no, Snoke.
I was like, I don't remember you ever meeting Snook.
A lot of people got pissed off about Snoke dying with having no real character or anything. I love that twist. That was one thing I think that the last Jedi did awesome.
I thought it really cemented Kylo Ren as an actual just fucking dickhead.
Yeah,
like,
I like the fact that we knew nothing about Snoke. We thought we were going to get some sort of big bad motivation, then just, nope, cut in half, fuck you. You actually matter.
Kylo Ren, actually the main bad guy. What I'm interested about, Episode 9's trailer had Emperor Palpatine.
Oh,
I know, returning. Jesus, how is this guy not fucking dead already?
I mean, it would be consistent with his fucking character.
I would say,
if he's not dead...
The dude's basically intergalactic Voldemort.
Yeah, no, in the books, he has such control over the Force that when Vader threw him into the shaft to kill him, he used the Force to transfer his consciousness to another body. And that's how... Now, I don't know if that's what they're going to do in the movie, but that was what the original... Because the new movies have not followed the books at all. But they might go that same route just to keep some consistency.
Okay, so, if you remember the original books and stuff like that, they actually brought into a lot of facts that people couldn't use lightsabers unless they were force sensitive.
Yes. It also brings into a lot of facts like the actual like crystals and stuff that go into the lightsabers.
Yeah, and they've remade that whole thing.
Which the movies have never touched. It's only been touched in like the canon cartoons and shit.
Yeah.
But go on.
Yeah, but it legitimately exists.
It's really great, but if you think about it, if this was still something that was canon where you had to be force sensitive to actually wield a lightsaber and not get yourself fucking killed by it, think about it. Finn would be force sensitive. Who do you think his dad would have been?
You're gonna say Mace Windu, and I'm gonna punch you.
I'm just saying.
Mace Windu didn't... Part of the Jedi code is to not fuck bitches.
Yeah, but Mace Windu was so fucking wishy-washy with... I mean, he was the one that was closest to the dark side.
That's fair. Well, no, I'd say Anakin is the one that was closest to the dark side in the Jedi.
So, here's the thing. The reason Mace Windu has a purple lightsaber is because he went to the dark side for a bit and came back.
Well, no, the reason he has a purple lightsaber is because Samuel L. Jackson asked for a purple lightsaber.
Right, but they had to make an in-lore reason for that.
I don't know. He never went to the dark side, but he's dabbled in dark side in, like...
Yeah, his form, which I think is called Vapid or Vapis, sixth form lightsaber fighting, channels dark side energy. Sixth form was at the time the most powerful lightsaber techniques of all time until Yoda created his own, which is seventh form, which surpassed Windu's.
And speaking of the dark side, that is another freaking reason I liked The Last Jedi. Luke is still struggling with not going to the dark side. And you can see it very much when he tries to kill Kylo Ren as a freaking child.
Okay, you know what? You want to hear my opinion on the dark side? This is something I think that Star Wars does, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Before we go into that,
I'll hold off.
The Grey Order.
Oh, I don't think they're going to do it at this point. If they were going to do it, they would have done it in Episode 8.
You don't think that this is going to be the new order where it's just gray? It's not bad, it's not good. They create the Grey Order. The Skywalker Order could be the total Grey Order.
I think I'd say there's a possibility of that. I'd say that all the Jedi books were burned in Episode 8. Maybe Rey does go the route of setting up... I don't think they'll call it the Grey Order. But if they use that as a basis for what she creates, yeah, I think that's possible. Back to my point about the dark side.
Right.
Here's what I fucking hate about that. And again, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars. I am of the age where I didn't see the originals in the theaters, but I saw Episode 1 in theaters in 1999. I'd already seen the originals on VHS before then, but I've seen every Star Wars movie up to Solo, because I didn't give a fuck about Solo, in theaters. So I went from Episode 1 all the way to Rogue One and the two most recent one in theaters. Like, I'm a diehard fan. However, the dark side's stupid. The Jedi are all like, you must have complete control over your emotions, you'll turn to the dark side. Getting angry is the path to the dark side. Okay, you want that makes no fucking sense. Because, let's take, I'm going to use my favorite fucking franchise of all time, Dragon Ball. Goku had to get angry to go Super Saiyan. He was still a pillar of justice. Getting angry didn't inherently make him a bad guy. Why does the Force getting angry make you bad?
Well, because the Jedi are supposed to, I guess, resemble, like, the closest thing I can think of are, like, Tibetan monks, where they are supposed to be, you know, at peace and at one with their surroundings.
Yeah, but that's just some bogus religion. Why did the Jedi come up with that? Who sat there in old-timey Jedi lands and was all like, anger makes you evil?
That's because anger can impede your judgment.
Yeah.
And
fucking helped him kill Frieza.
Yeah, okay, so with rare exceptions, Mace Windu, anger is a good thing.
Yes.
He's a Jedi master that taps into the darker side of the Force, mostly due to his aggressive, angry saber style.
Yeah.
So
in the books, Qui-Gon was also like that, by the way.
Yes.
And the movies didn't showcase that, but Qui-Gon...
Well, that's because Qui-Gon fucking died in one movie and didn't have the chance to.
Yeah.
That's fair. Qui-Gon, there's a side story where Qui-Gon actually... So, he leaves the... I don't know if he leaves the Jedi Order for a while or is just in danger of being expelled, but basically, he's doing some very not Jedi shit, including falling in love and fucking a bitch.
Oh, so he's Anakin.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. And the girl he...
No wonder why he took him under his wing.
The girl he's in love with... This is when Obi-Wan is still a Padawan. This takes place before Episode 1, canonically. Or it did before Disney fucked with the canon. Anyway, so he finds out the girl he loves was murdered, and Qui-Gon goes on this John Wick-style killing spree, and Obi-Wan and the Jedi Order have to track him down and be like, dude, fucking stop! And it's an awesome book. It was a great book. I read it in, like, the third fucking grade. It was a legit thick chapter book. It was amazing.
That was a nice little humble brag there.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I was worried that when I said I read it in third grade, it would come off like a kid's book. Like, no, it was a legit canon Star Wars book. But it was so fucking
So,
good.
speaking of Star Wars, did you hear they're going to do another trilogy after they finish Episode 9? And the guys who wrote the guys who wrote the Game of Thrones TV show.
They know what it's gonna be?
We don't, but they're apparently signed on to do it. There's actually a petition right now.
They've said what it's gonna be.
They have?
Knights of the Old Republic.
So, here's the thing.
The most celebrated Star Wars games of all time.
So, here's the thing. There's a petition out right now to get them removed.
I heard about that
because people are so mad at how they finished Game of Thrones.
Are you serious?
Dude, if you've seen Game of Thrones, like, I did enjoy Game of Thrones, but that's because I enjoy trash, apparently, like Episode 8.
I haven't watched all of Game of Thrones, but I hear of, like, almost everyone's fucking
I'm making a podcast.
Yeah, so the common thing about Game of Thrones is people say that once they surpass the books, which is the end of Season 5, the Season 5 finale is where the books end at the moment. They say that's where the writing started going downhill. I say fuck that. It started happening about halfway through Season 7. Because Season 6 gave us one of the greatest battle scenes of all time, the Battle of the Bastards. Where there's just it really shows the brutality of, like, medieval warfare where, like, you just got all these bodies pressed together.
You say Battle of the Bastards, I thought it was just like one of the trailer parks here in town, a bunch of people shirtless beating the fuck out of each other. That's what I think when I hear Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah, no. This one's,
I feel like I belong there.
Yeah, no.
Same. I have two daddies and I still belong there. Fucking, where are we going with this? I'm sorry.
I don't even know anymore. I've lost my point. But, I liked the end of Game of Thrones. Fight me.
Yeah, I liked it. I've never actually seen it. I've only ever seen the first episode of Game of Thrones, but I liked the end of Game of Thrones because it was so polarizing, and I love shit that polarizes people. So for that alone, I like the end of Game of Thrones, even though I've never seen it.
Yeah,
Fight me, hobos.
I mean, I definitely think they ended up with the same ending George R. R. Martin, or roughly the same ending that George R. R. Martin is going to come out with.
I heard that he gave them notes in case he died.
He did, and I wholly believe that it is the same results as the books are going to have, but they didn't develop it as much as George R. R. Martin probably will.
That's fair.
Because HBO wanted to give them, I think, 10 to 12 seasons, and they said, we can do it in 8. And then they went, okay, here's 10 episodes worth of budget for season 8.
Yeah,
and
but
they
like
went, we'll do it in 6.
movie-level budgets for each episode, so there's...
Yeah, but they said they'll do it in 6, and HBO was going to give them more money to do 4 more episodes.
They just said no?
Yes!
Why the fuck?
They wanted to fuck off and go write Star Wars, that's why!
I mean, I can't blame... Like, don't get me wrong, I will not deny, even though I'm not a fan of it, I will not deny the power of Game of Thrones. That said, you can't compare Game of Thrones to Star Wars. One's a dynasty that's been part of American culture for 40-plus years.
Do you think this is not going to be one of those things? By chance, what do you think is going to happen? I guarantee you a fucking movie is going to be made of this.
Yeah, no. I think in 40 years Game of Thrones will still be popular, but I think Star Wars will too, and at that point Star Wars will have been around for 80 years.
I'm waiting
I'm waiting for a fucking Game of Thrones cartoon or anime or something to pop up, and I'm just...
So, I was on my Google News the other day, and it was all like, for those of you that hate the ending of Game of Thrones, here's 10 anime you can watch instead that are like Game of Thrones. And I didn't read the article because I don't give a fuck about Game of Thrones, but I can only imagine Berserk was on that list.
Oh, dude, I love Berserk.
Me fucking too.
So
the original 90s show, not the really shitty new one.
Cody really likes the new CGI one where getting hit with a sword sounds like a frying pan.
I don't like that.
Doing.
I watched it, but I didn't like it.
Isn't it canon too?
It is. Well, actually, it follows the story. It follows the stories completely. The thing is, and this
by canon we mean it needs to be shot with a cannon.
This manga just got picked up, and it's still going.
What do you mean it just got picked up? It's been continuously going. No, it has not been continuously going since the 90s. He went on like a 10-year hiatus.
Yeah, that's right, man.
But he came back years before the show restarted.
Yeah.
So
you know what else
that's what
is
I mean
gonna...
when it got picked up recently. I mean, fairly recently.
You know what?
Yes, compared to the 90s.
Other manga is probably going to be just as polarizing as Game of Thrones is. Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I know that you're following Attack on Titan
so
hardcore.
I picked it back up because I read up all the way to the end of the Return to Shiganshina arc, which is where we are in the anime right now, when Season 2 ended. And then I was like, they killed off one of my favorite characters, which they just did this week.
Alright, spoiler warning for the next 10 seconds who they kill off.
Okay, it wasn't really a killed off, it was when Armin dies and then becomes the Colossal Titan.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, spoiler warning is over.
But, so, I finished when...
He is also my favorite character.
Yeah, so I that was the latest chapter that was out when I read it.
And he is my favorite character.
That was the latest chapter that was out when I read it. And I read that and went, nope, I'm done. It's like when they killed Carl in the show of The Walking Dead, because he's still alive in the comics. I'm still pissed off about it.
Dude, I was reading the comics before the show came out, and I quit Walking Dead when they killed Glenn in the comics.
Okay, question. Did they ever explain what the fuck is up with Mikasa?
What do you mean?
Aside from she's a bitch?
What do you mean, like her whole heritage, or like the whole like Japanese thing, or?
No, not the whole heritage. I'm talking about her fucking super strength. What the fuck is with that?
Oh, I mean, she's kind of
in a Bruce Lee.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
I assume it was the Titan serum that his father. I mean, what's his?
They do kind of talk about it a little bit. There is an explanation. It's the same reason that Levi is super like Mary Sue.
I believe the politically correct term is Gary Stew.
Whatever. The Ackerman bloodline apparently goes back to like a bunch of like royal bodyguards and like their version of Japan. Because more spoiler warnings for those of you who haven't been reading the manga. The island they're on is called Paradise, but it is really, if you look at the map, it's just Madagascar upside down.
Not gonna try to ignore the irony in that.
Yeah, it's literally just Madagascar upside down, and they're at war with like Germany or whatever.
So Armin's people, the chosen people.
Yeah, well, Aaron's people. Because, you know, his last name is literally Jaeger.
Yeah, that's fair. Armin because he was blonde hair, but yeah, I guess you're right, Aaron.
And blue eyes. But yeah.
Does Armin have blue eyes?
Yeah, no, he looks straight German.
Yeah, by the way, when I found out they killed Captain America in Attack on Titan, I don't remember his actual name, but blonde dude with the Chris Evans.
Oh, yes, that just happened in the anime, too.
I was fucking livid. I don't even like Attack on Titan. I like the first season.
The fucking Armor Titan is by far my favorite out of them.
We're doing round 3 with him right now in the manga. Spoilers again. Just fuck it. If you're listening to this, it's just gonna be spoilers.
Yeah,
all around.
straight up. Like we were told you in the beginning. Get it? We were told you.
But yeah, it's freaking wild right now because in the manga right now we are doing another battle in Shiganshina. At the same time, we're doing one in the anime.
Aaron is a terrorist.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. So right now in the manga we're in the final arc, right? And I don't know how long we have, but it's about to get really intense, because this most recent chapter that came out, we now have the following Titans on the battlefield. We have Aaron's Attack and Warhammer Titan, because he is now multiple
40K?
Titans. Yeah, sure. Whatever. We have the Armor Titan. We have the Cart Titan with a giant fucking cannon on its back.
What's the Cart Titan?
It's basically this weird looking... Remember that story I told you about the fucking demon dream I had? It's basically what I described there, except he's all on four. He's got like this shovel-looking face, large mouth. He looks like the fusion between the dog and the little girl, except scaled up 1,000 times.
Fusion, you mean FMA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm about to show you a picture of the Cart Titan.
Okay.
Those are fucking turrets!
What?
Let me see. Yeah.
So you say Cart Titan, and I'm like,
No.
Titan that shops at Walmart.
No,
Like,
it's like a I can't...
Quadriplegic?
No.
Quadrupedal.
Yeah,
Quadrupedal.
that's the word I was looking for, and I kept trying to say quadriplegic too, and I'm glad you said it first. But it's like a quadrupedal, like, Titan, and it fucking just comes out of nowhere with fucking cannon just starts blasting away, and she's best girl, by the way.
It's a she.
Yeah, it's a she. So we've got her on the battlefield just blasted Aaron.
Whoa. Best girl's Levi. Sorry.
You fucking hate
I
Levi.
hate Levi so fucking much.
Anyway,
That's my way of calling him
so
a
she's
bitch.
just like sitting on top of a wall, just blasting away Aaron while he's fighting Reiner like head on, and then he's also dealing with a fucking
Cart
jaw
Titan.
titan.
Good guy?
No,
Okay, because I couldn't remember if Reiner was good or bad.
there's no such thing as good or bad in the anime or in the manga anymore. It's all just everyone's a shitty person, but it's still fun to watch people fight each other as giant
Is Beast
medieval.
Titan involved in this shit?
Yes, the Beast Titan just showed up. And it's really weird because the Beast Titan showed up in the show, and we're like, oh shit, it's the Beast Titan, oh no. And then he shows up in the manga at the same time, and we're like, oh shit, it's the Beast Titan!
Fuck yeah!
He's here to help! It's so fucking
or
weird right
hinder,
now.
depending on who you're rooting for in this 5-way war.
Yeah, it's so weird. So yeah, literally, Aaron is going like toe-to-toe with fucking Reiner again, because that's apparently just this grudge match that everyone wants to see always. And then there's the Jaw Titan just being an annoyance.
But I thought Reiner was the Colossal Titan.
No, that was Bertolt.
Reiner's the
Armor.
I had the two flipped, so my joke earlier didn't fucking work.
So Reiner and Aaron are like literally doing their all-out brawl thing that they'd always do.
Muda!
Yeah, that one.
JoJo reference for all of you at home.
The Jaw Titan's just being a minor annoyance.
JoJo's reference?
Yeah, it's a fucking JoJo's reference. The Jaw Titan's just being a minor annoyance, and Aaron's just using his fucking superpowers that he's gotten from other Titan shifters, because he's eaten 3 of them now. 3 of them. He's got the Founding Titan, which can, like, control Titans or some shit. I'm not very sure on that one.
You killed my mom, so I'm a Titanite now.
Wait. I thought he had that at the end of season 2, and he didn't eat anything.
He's had it as long as he's had the Attack Titan.
Yeah.
Because his dad had it when he ate him. So he's had those 2 ever since he first became a Titan.
Wait, he ate his dad?
Yeah, he straight chomped on his dad. Spoilers, by the way.
Alright, I'm behind.
Yeah.
So how is Aaron just not wrecking the fucking floor with all these people?
He is. He absolutely is. He's holding his own against 3 other Titan shifters. Armin is probably about to become the Colossal. The Beast Titan just showed up.
So
the
what you're
only one we're
saying
missing
is
Annie, who is still locked in a fucking crystal underneath the.
I know. What are they gonna fucking do with
They
her?
haven't done jack shit with her in the manga, and I'm half expecting her to just show up randomly, and then just have I can't remember the author's name at the moment, but have him just explain it via flashback, because he kind of does that sometimes. But like fucking who does Naruto?
Misashi Kishimoto.
Yeah, he does flashbacks the same way Kishimoto does.
Because we're at the 48-minute mark, I think we've got one more topic that we should discuss, plus you guys wanted to hear the toilet story.
I think we should just do the toilet story now.
Well, real quick, I think that we should, this one topic, I know that it'll be an easy, quick one, because E3 is coming up, and I think that we're going to get a new Smash DLC character announced. Who do you think it's going to be?
I don't know. If it's not anything related to Animal Crossing at E3, I don't give a fuck right now.
No, I think it's going to be fucking a third-party character.
Hey, we're getting a new Direct on the 5th.
Okay, so...
And it's Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
And it's not fucking Animal Crossing. And as much as I love Pokemon, I'm still pissed off.
So, I'm actually pretty excited because you guys know how hyped I am because they just put Devil May Cry on Switch.
Is that out now?
I don't think they're going to do Dante.
I don't think they're going to go ahead and introduce him to E3, but I think they might do Steve from, what is it, Minecraft?
Hear me out, though. Hear me out. And I will die on this fucking sword. Master Chief?
Dude, you have been pumping Master Chief in Smash for so long.
Okay, and to be fair, I was also one of those guys who's like, dude, they're gonna add Shulk to Smash 4. And everyone's like, no, there's no way they're adding Shulk. It's not popular enough. And then they fucking added Shulk.
Hey,
they added my boy Joker.
The not popular enough argument is stupid because they added Marth and Roy to Melee, even though those games had never been.
They added Mr. Game & Watch to fucking Melee.
Yeah.
And Pichu.
So the not popular enough argument is fucking retarded.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. As hyped as Bayonetta was when she first came out, and everybody was so fucking happy that she showed up on the fucking league. I can't imagine them not dropping Dante, especially with all the stuff that they've leaked so far. The creator of Devil May Cry told them they would love to have Dante on Smash Bros, but they had to get established with Nintendo first. Guess what just got announced? They're having Devil May Cry 1 put on the fucking Switch. They're now on the console. They're established. This is the best, strongest case for a character showing up in Smash. Now, he might not be the very next one, but he's showing up at some point. I fucking guarantee.
Right. Watch them throw us a curveball and give us Gino.
So here's... this is out of left field.
Watch me throw
but I legit think it's possible. I legit think we could see a Resident Evil character on the in Smash.
I mean,
here's why. Let me
precedence.
explain my reasoning. So, Capcom and Nintendo are a very buddy-buddy company. So much so that Capcom has released, at one point, they've been ported since, but at the time, 6 different Nintendo exclusive Resident Evil games in the past. If you've had 6 exclusive games on various Nintendo consoles, 3 on the GameCube, 2 on the Wii, 1 on the 3DS, I totally think that Capcom Resident Evil have a rapport enough with Nintendo to put Jill or Leon or Wesker in there. I mean, Joker came out of fucking nowhere. Yeah, plus, thank you for showing, they just put 3 more Resident Evil games on the Switch. They're ports, but they still did it. So I totally think we could get Leon or Jill, or probably the 2 that I would pick, to be announced as DLC characters in Smash. Plus,
I don't know, man. I mean, they've already been introduced to other games. Marvel vs. Capcom
is the only one. Dante was in
I
Marvel
want
vs.
Phoenix.
Capcom, yet you think he's
I want Phoenix right because he's been in Marvel vs. Capcom. But if we're going back to the Resident Evil,
everyone's jumping on Capcom characters because we've already also got Ryu and fucking Ken. Capcom's my favorite.
And
hold on. Hear
That's
me out. Hear me out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Hear me out. Casher from Casher and Sons.
So I'm gonna ignore that.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
So if we're going back to Leon real quick.
What?
If we're going back to Leon real quick. If they put him in, I hope to God his final smash is him dragging a fucking motorcycle up a 50-story skyscraper just to fucking throw it at somebody. I'm still pissed off about it.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was amazing. I had never seen that movie, and the fact that movie is canon to the games makes me so happy.
Why did he need the motorcycle in the fucking skyscraper?
The rule of cool.
No!
Okay, so we've got 7 minutes left, and Esper has never heard the story of why I have a toilet in my closet.
Yeah, so this is going to be un-nerd related for a second.
It's still a little nerd
Is
related.
it?
Yeah.
So there's a reason for the toilet being in
It
your
all
closet?
starts with a Comic-Con story.
Okay.
So there is a toilet in the closet on my deck. Now, the reason for that, I have to take you back to a dark period in my life. I had just gotten divorced. I had spent $800 in February of insert year here, because I'm not going to say it, to take me and my at the time wife to Comic-Con to meet Stan Lee. I bought the VIP Stan Lee packages. I paid for everything. We split up in February. May rolls around.
I'm still pissed you didn't take me.
I apologize, man. I didn't have the tickets. May rolls around, and I'm trying to be a good guy. I'm like, hey, I know meeting Stan Lee means just as much to you as it did me, so I'm still willing to take you. Obviously, we'll sleep in different hotel rooms since we're not together, but I want you to have that opportunity. I think I'm being a good, genuine guy. And she tells me, okay. I get there. She actually got there way before me, jacked the tickets, and went in with another person. So Comic-Con was very understanding. They let me in. I meet Stan Lee. I get his autograph. I get a picture with him. It is a beautiful moment in my life. Like, rest in peace. That man has been one of my idols for God knows how long. I wrote a report on him in 4th grade. I am a huge, true believer. So that being said, it still didn't alter the fact that I was really bummed with everything that was going on in my life. Instead of being at the con 3 days, I left that first day. And I drove back. And I'm on the phone. I'm crying to a guy who was at the time my best friend about how awful the situation was. And he's like, Cyberpunk, you call me by my name, but I like the term cyberpunk. You're gonna get here, we're gonna get you drunk, we're gonna party, we're gonna invite girls over, and everything's gonna be a blast. So, in my darkest time, I'm told we're gonna get you drunk, and we're gonna have a good time to get your mind off of everything that's happened. It's been a few years ago at this point, about 3 years ago. And I'm like, you know what, this sounds fucking good. So that's just what happens. There's 6, 7 of us over. One of these individuals is somebody who was not used to drinking at the time. Now, I have 2 bathrooms. They end up pantsless, passed out, covered in their own vomit in one of the bathrooms. Needless to say, that bathroom is off limits. We can no longer go in there because we're not going to be the guys that go in there and try and help a girl with her pants off. That's trouble waiting to happen. So we just let her stew in her own muck. We still have a bathroom left. Everything's cool. If we need to go to the bathroom or throw up or whatever, we're good. Until my buddy, I'm not going to use his real name. I'll use the D&D character name, Boggroot. He played a racist treant named Boggroot who hated other types of wood. So he gets very, very smashed. He should be in the next Sakurai game. He gets so smashed, and it was a good joke, right?
No, it wasn't.
So me and my buddy, a couple other girls, we're all hanging out in the living room, drinking, listening to music, whatever we're doing, and we hear a huge crash. Now Boggroot had gone to go to the bathroom. So he comes out, just kind of rubbing his head. We immediately run in there to see the toilet is cracked and water is spewing everywhere. Have you ever had something so jarring happen you insta-sober? That is what fucking happened. We went into full sober mode. We're grabbing towels. We're grabbing shirts out of our closet to plug this fucking hole. The water spewing everywhere. And, at this point, we're like, okay, party's over. Both bathrooms are off limits. People passed out drunk. People were falling face first in the toilets and breaking them with their forehead. Also, by the way, doesn't have a scratch on his fucking head.
Yeah, but did he have a concussion is the question.
No.
What?
So this...
How do you break a toilet with your face and not have a concussion?
Cro-Magnon.
What?
That's the Cro-Magnon skull.
He's half caveman, bro.
Okay.
So, this man is notorious for always being the last one to wake up. Anytime we all party and get drunk. He's all... Well, for some miraculous reason, the next morning, he's the first to wake up. He decides to go in and go to the bathroom. Runs out. Hey, wakes me up. Oh, hangover. Fucking what? What happened to the toilet? You motherfucker. So, I have a bathroom that is now just literally that, a bathroom. It is no longer a restroom. It is no longer a toilet room. It is a bathroom because all it has functioning is a bathtub and a sink. But he's all like, hey, I'm going to buy you a new toilet. I'm going to fix this. I apologize for everything. So now we had to take that toilet out and put it in my closet on my deck. So I come home one day, ready to start a new D&D campaign. Or maybe ready to play D&D. I don't know if we were starting a new one or if we're 2 or 3 sessions in. Either way, now there's a fucking toilet just sitting in my living room because they haven't actually attached it yet. They just bought a toilet. So I proceed to DM sitting on a toilet in my living room like a true maverick.
Tell me your pants were down, like
they
around
call
your
it
ankles.
the porcelain throne for a reason.
Like, were you actually taking a shit?
No, I was not, because it would just go straight to the carpet, bro. It was not hooked up. Although I did come to later find out when I lifted the fucking lid, they had taken a bunch of my Dragon Ball Z action figures and stuffed them in the toilet because Dragon Ball is shit. According to them, that cut me deep. But point is...
That's not very hard.
Yes, I do have baby skin, smooth soft. I do have baby soft, smooth skin.
Man, that was almost a really bad sentence.
Well, now that you guys know why I have a toilet in my closet, feel free to tell us who you think will be in Smash. Give us your opinions on Star Wars. Talk to us about Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. Also tell us about other subjects you would like us to talk about in upcoming episodes. Really happy you stuck around for a full hour in this first one. Signing off, I'm Cody Cyberpunk.
This is Esper.
And this is your boy Shaggy.
And this has been Geeks and Weebs. You guys have a fantastic weekend, whenever you hear this, and just stay drunk, everybody.